Hey guys, welcome back. Another Digital Gate Studios production. BT-15 is here.
Yep.
Tons of machines in Cyborg.
Yep.
So there is only one deck everybody thinks of when it comes to machines and cyborgs. What deck is that?
Justimon. No. Machine Dramon.
I do miss that deck. Raidenmon. Duh.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody wants to know when they can get more Raidenmon support.
Yep.
So this is the deck profile video where you get to see what's happening in the Raidenmon land.
If you're a Sujin, Fujin, Raijin, whatever.
Which is why you said Justinmon, I think. Too, 'cause
Probably,
I want to
yeah.
fit those in there.
I just like it because they all rhyme.
They do. So we're talking. A lot of people like to call this deck the Gate Guardians.
Oh, okay.
I really like that term from. I think that's a Yu-Gi-Oh term. So I definitely understand.
Well, I like it less then.
Oh, do you like it less? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I still like that term though. 4 Pokemon. Reveal the top card of your deck. Add 1 to your hand. If it's a black Digimon, place it at the bottom.
Still don't
So,
have a better egg than
We
that.
still don't have a better egg than that, because what I want to do with this deck is I want to get the pieces as fast as possible to build a menacing Raidenmon that drops with Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon that has all 3 of the colors of the level 6s underneath, has pretty good sneaky removal that I think people aren't prepared for. And so I'm going to put those cards in trash with EX1 Hagurumon.
I know you reached out and you were like, does the new Hagurumon go in this? And I was like, you need cards in trash, right?
Yeah.
And you go, yes. And I said, no.
So I will say I was tempted, and I'm not saying these ratios are perfect, right? I was tempted to add in like 2 of the new Hagurumon because it searches, especially because I do have some cool Tamers that got added to the set in here. But I'm going to stick with this because this is really working.
Pitch 1, draw 2.
And this is a card that I have just been absolutely loving in this deck, and I instantly knew it was going to fit so well. 4 of the new promo Raremon.
Oh, box
So
toppers.
first of all, he's treated as having Cyborg, so that's amazing. On play, when Digivolving, trash one card in your hand, draw 2. So both of these synergize really well. It does have an inheritable when attacking. I will say I don't really get the inheritables of that a lot, but it is possible. When attacking, trash one card in your hand, delete an opponent's level 3. It's not bad.
One thing you need in black decks is a draw engine, for sure.
Yeah,
So you got to supplement it however you can.
Especially like this, right?
Yep.
So I am playing this card, which as soon as I saw this card, I kind of fell in love with it, right? This is the BT-15 Gigadramon.
The Dark Masters
The
card.
Dark Masters card. So we're on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 2 level 6 or higher cards among them to your hand. Doesn't say machine, doesn't say cyborg, doesn't say can't be this, doesn't say that. It's literally all of these other Digimon that are here in this thing can be added to hand, all right, and the rest go to the bottom of the deck. So that way you can really search the pieces that you need, because this deck needs to have Raidenmon in hand, hard to play it, ready to go, bam.
Yeah.
And it also has a pretty cool inheritable reboot. What I do like about the Raidenmon versus the Machine Dramon, because, you know, obviously Raidenmon's way better than Machine Dramon. I think everybody knows that.
It's more unique.
That Raidenmon is pretty flexible with its Digivolution. So you can Digivolve on another level 6. You can Digivolve on level 5 and trigger the abilities of putting the cards underneath. So you can build a stack with Reboot with the Gigadramon if you really needed to. It's just kind of flexible. It's a fun deck. Raidenmon's a personal favorite of mine, if you can't tell. This does have end of turn. By deleting one of your Digimon, you may play one. So you could be sneaky if you ever need to delete something on your board for whatever reason. You could just delete that and not play a Dark Masters. I'm not saying you ever would, but you can. This is another card that as soon as I saw, I was instantly excited for.
Pre-release champ card right there, man. I love that thing.
For those loyal Jeff fans, first of all, y'all the best. Really appreciate it. You guys know that I was actually playing, what was it, the blue-black Canadramon or the ultimate
Brachiomon?
I can't remember what it was, but it was a blue-black cyborg, 13 play cost. That was a blocker.
It wasn't Brachiomon, because Brachiomon was black-red.
I can't remember what it was. I think it was
know what you're talking about.
I almost think it was a blue-black Canadramon as well.
I think is what it was, yeah.
And so I was a big fan of that card because it's 13 cost, gives you another number for attack the heavy mobile when it triggers security. It's a cyborg, for all the cyborg stuff you need going on. But the one thing it was lacking was that it was blue and black, and you already have blue-black when you're trying to work on consistent colors. And so I really like this. And honestly, with the idea is you can hard play this. You can Digivolve on top of Gigadramon. Yes, this deck is a Zoo-style deck. Yes, it's not going to be as memory efficient as Machine Dramon. It's not going to be as good as those decks. This is a fun deck. End of turn, once per turn, if your opponent, this is why I say you can hard play it, has 4 or more memory, delete one of their opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP.
Yep.
And then end of opponent's turn.
This
once
is the
per
fun
turn.
one.
If you have 4 or less memory, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost.
So if you need that translated, that means that if you give them 4 memory, you delete something on their board that's the lowest play cost, which is okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
But the hard thing for your opponent, and I learned this from pre-release last night, is that they have to give you 5 memory or you pop their biggest body on the board.
Yep.
So holy crap.
So I'll hard play this for 10.
Absolutely.
Watch, or for 12.
12,
give
yeah.
them 10, whatever. And then watch them go trying to figure out all the mental math they have to do to give me 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't just delete the big thing they put on the board.
Yep.
And I really do want to go up to 3 of this. I'm still not perfect on the ratios here, and we'll talk about some things that can be changed at the end of the deck profile.
Well, in certain decks too, like certain matchups, like
yeah.
Shine Gray in particular, where they're just building one actual stack and then just doing the Marcus crap on the side.
Yeah.
That's just going to pop their Shine stack every single time.
Yeah.
It's so menacing for those single stack decks.
It is. I really like what this card does for the deck. I'm a huge fan. I mean, it's like they had to have known how I build my Raidenmon deck and just gave this specifically for me. So thanks, Bandai.
Yep.
Here he is, the big boss himself, Raidenmon. Look at that little chunky boy. So again, he is a 4-cost Evo on a level 5.
Yep.
And he's a 2-cost Evo on a level 6. So you could Evo on top of Canondramon if you so wish. Part of the reason why I'm okay with playing that, you can set up some stacks where you Hagurumon, hard play, Digivolve into Raremon, or hard play Gigadramon, Digivolve to Canon, then Digivolve it. There's so many ways to get Raidenmon out. Right, but what this does is this can tuck on play or when digivolving a Sujin, Raijin, and Fujin from trash underneath it to gain memory. So you could digivolve and gain 1 memory with if these are in trash. You can digivolve or you could hard play it, gain 3 memory back.
So it's only 9.
So it's only 9.
It's not terrible.
Right, which is not terrible. Not that Raidenmon is, I think everyone knows Raidenmon's not the best deck out there. But I still freaking
when
love
it pops,
this deck.
it pops.
It pops, and it's like, holy crap, what does this do? So also what I really like about this card, and this is where things get really interesting. If the level 6 in this card's Digivolution cards have 3 or more colors, so they all have black. So unfortunately, black will count as a color, but it's hard to double up on that. We have green, yellow, blue, and now red.
Yeah.
To really, unfortunately, we don't get anything if we have that red and all of these. We don't get anything extra. But you can get plus 3k DP, and then if you have 4 or more colors, de-digivolve 1 on opponents when attacking. So it can be some really sneaky removal. It can de-digivolve something, can swing into it, get rid of their big level 6. You can do enough DP reduction. And then you just have some really fun removal and inheritables with Sujin, right? So first of all, this does have a hand main effect, right? So hand... you can pay 1 memory, tuck it under a Raiden, and that doesn't matter if you already have a Sujin. So you can tuck, if you have 4 of these in hand, pay 4 memory, tuck 4, and you're returning 4 level 4s back to their hand when you swing, right? Not saying you would do that, but you can. When digivolving as well, you can trash the card with Machine or Cyborg to place when your opponent's level 4 to the bottom of the deck. So it's got some decent removal. This is the one that I love saving in hand because this one is a hand main, same thing, pay 1 memory. And then you can do minus 4k with the when attacking on Raiden. So if I can set up a Raiden stack with 4 of these, which is possible, right? You can do minus 16k on a body, or you can do minus 4 on 4 things, or however you want to round it out.
Choose your own adventure.
This is my least favorite, unfortunately, of all 3 of them. He's the coolest design-wise, in my opinion. But the crit arm for Justimon. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? This one can suspend at 5k, and then that Digimon doesn't unsuspend. So you can pair it with the Raijin, where you do minus 4 on a 9k or whatever. Fujin, there you go. But this is a brand new card that I am so glad that can be searchable by Gigadramon, and I was so excited as soon as EX4 came out and people started adding this in. I've even been seeing some pictures going around with Ultimate Chaosmon being added, so stay tuned and see if I swap Ultimate Chaosmon for this instead.
Oh, because you could DNA it with...
Because you can... So it's all sorts of interesting things that can happen with this deck, but when digivolving, digivolve 3, and then delete a 6 cost, basically. But when attacking, trash up to 3 level 6 or higher in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to trash security and stuff.
Yeah.
We have the level 6s.
That's all you're doing.
It's...
And they're all black.
And they're all black. They're all black. So really like what this deck can do. This is where I'm at right now at the level 7. Definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. Analog Youth.
Still running the boy.
Still running the boy. He's great to set up. He's great when they figure out how to delete Raidenmon and you can kind of gain some memory back, right? He's also great to really set up the trash early to get the key pieces that you're looking for.
Sure.
Really like it. But this is a brand new Tamer that got added, and I love it. Mr. Jackson. Security plays without effect. 3-cost Tamer. Start a main, trash 1 card of the machine or cyborg or SOC, gain 1 memory. So we can trash any of these pieces we're trying to set up in trash, right, to gain an additional memory because you need to have at least 2 memory in this deck to
do
trigger the Raidenmon, right? Because unfortunately it doesn't say reduce play cost, it says gain memory.
Yep.
So Marvin Jackson's great, but it has this cool thing called Mind Link.
Yep.
So now all of a sudden, Mind Link with one of my Digimon with Machine, aka Raidenmon, and now if I can give it jamming blocker, it has reboot from the Gigadramon.
Yep.
Right. This is. I mean, I don't even know what to do. Now you're telling me I can set up a blocker, reboot, jamming, Raidenmon. Stays 15k. It retains that DP buff on the opponent's turn as well.
Filters. Yeah.
This Marvin Jackson is perfect for this deck. I love it. I think you can get a lot of use out of it.
Did you have a Tamer in there before?
I played Izzy, and I played gosh, what's his name? EX
Maki?
No, it's the EX Tamer that you suspend a cyborg, you draw 1, trash 1, something with a K.
Oh, Kazu.
Kazu. I had Kuz stuck in my head. I've been watching too much One Piece.
I remember Kazu. He was
Kazu.
He was a short addition to Machine.
And he was nice. And don't get me wrong, I like him more in Raidenmon than I think I did that deck.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I mean, Marvin Jackson just takes the space.
Absolutely.
Right? I am playing 1 Izzy still.
Okay.
And both of these are kind of tech spots in a weird way.
Analog man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Izzy gains 3 memory, and then it's a memory setter. It's really good, helps you rearrange the deck. Unfortunately, I don't get as much use of Analog Man as you do in Machine Dramon.
Yeah.
But I can still trash a Giga Dramon to trigger the ability if I really need to.
Yeah.
Whether or not I go to 2 of this, I don't know.
But you still get the redirect.
It's the redirect. Raidenmon is a machine. He's a level 6. It's really nice to be able to have that redirect going. Not sure if he's going to stay in the final cut. I might go to 2 of the Analog Man, but it's such an interesting thing when I'm trying to fit in room for the Cannon Dramon. Do I just cut these out and play in a Cannon Dramon? I was also thinking about playing Marukimon as just a 1 of hybrid for game, right? So if I took both these out, played a Cannon Dramon.
How does the Marukimon hybrid for game?
Digivolve for 2 on Marvin Jackson and just swing.
Oh, interesting.
Right, not that he would get any of the inheritables, but it's just a hybrid if I needed it, right? Or put in another Haguru.
Oh, Mercurymon.
Mercurymon. Sorry, what? I said something else.
You said Marukimon. I was like, how is that level 6 going to get on?
If you haven't seen our Marukimon deck profile, go watch it.
It's still on his brain, obviously.
Still on my brain because I love that deck. But so there's lots of things that you can do with these spots.
I think you should just go Grumble, turn Marvin Jackson into a monster.
Could you imagine that? Just this beautiful man. Oh, Grumble. Oh, let's go. Okay. Anyways, 4 attack the heavy mobile Digimon. This is one where I think this deck needs 4 of because this deck is relying on you setting up your pieces, and then as soon as you get attack the heavy mobile Digimon or Raidenmon, you're just going to give them a lot of memory. You're going to put a ginormous body on down, and then you're going to set a timer on them. They're either going to have to deal with it right away, or they're going to have to worry about the craziness of Raidenmon. What I love about Raidenmon, too, is once you get 1 that's on the board, especially when you have now the new addition of Marvin Jackson, all the inheritables, you can Digivolve on top of Raidenmon himself with another Raidenmon, tuck even more of the Raijin, Fujin, Sujin from trash, and he just gets more and more deadly every turn. So there's just so much that can be done with this deck.
As a Machine Dramon player, I am very jealous that you have room for 4 attack of the heavy metal.
Well, the trick is just play a bad deck compared to Machine Dramon, right? So.
Well, the best part is, too, is out of security. I mean, all of your machines are 11, 12 cost, so you'll be able to delete a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah. I do wish he was a 13 cost Cannon Dramon.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
You'd be able to pop a new echelon of level 6s.
Yeah. So, if you like the Analog Man route, you could play more level 5s. I was tempted to also play myself the Metal Greymon Ace because he's a cyborg on play, pops a 6k. There's, and he's only a 4-drop hard play, and then you can just have cyborgs to trash with Analog Man. There's so many cool things that can be done with this deck.
When you get that Cyberdramon Ace from the next set of LM cards,
I think will do a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Final addition to the card.
3 of those too?
Three-
Man, you're
four.
killing me.
I'm playing 4 because
Ugh.
this is a Raidenmon deck. I'm going to build it to put a Raidenmon on the field as fast and efficiently as possible. You're going to have to deal with it or I win the game. That is
Yeah.
how I decided to go with this.
For sure.
If you guys like kill spells, you could probably put in kill spells here. You put in a little bit more kill spells here, whatever.
Cannon Dramon is a kill spell.
I mean, it is, right? So there are ways to make this deck a little bit more tailored to your playstyle
Sure,
if you like it. But let's talk about what the heck this card does. Supreme Connection, main, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 card of Machine or Cyborg. Everywhere I see besides Alter B is Machine or Cyborg.
Yeah.
You know, we got tons of things to do.
And even if you don't,
Yep.
even if you find the Alter B, where does it go?
It trashes one. It goes to the top of the
Top.
deck, which is insane.
So you get to reorganize it, put on top what you need.
And I also like the fact that you trash.
Yep.
Right. So you can trash. You know, you can grab a Raiden, which is a card you want in hand, and you can trash Fujin, Raijin, Sujin, and that's where you want them anyway.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay. You may play 1 level 5 or higher with the Machine or Cyborg reduced by 3. So this could make it to where you don't need to have 2 memories.
Sure.
You only need 9.
Sure.
However, I will caution, when you are doing this, play Attack of the Heavy Mobile first, because Attack of the Heavy Mobile does not trigger the playing
Yeah.
of a card.
Yep.
Supreme Connection will trigger you playing a card.
Yep.
So if you decide to do this one first, the delay effect, you won't be able to attack the Heavy Mobile before you actually hard play the Raiden.
Yeah.
So you do need to watch out with your timing. It's very much like the agility train or the training
Trainings in
cards we
general,
got in
yeah.
general, where it triggers a thing to happen.
Yep.
Right. So this does work in the deck. You can play Attack of the Heavy Mobile for 0, trash a Cyborg. Then you can pop the delay of this, reduce this cost by 3, then gain 3 memory back. So he becomes a 6 cost hard play for Raiden.
It's wild.
Which is really not bad. If you're at 3 from Izzy and you're only giving him 3, there's just so much this deck can do.
Absolutely.
But again, I really refined it, focused it to make Raidenmon come down fast, cheap as possible. Guys, this is the deck. Let us know in the comments if this is your favorite deck of the Machine Cyborgs. Or also, if you have some crazy cool techs that you're playing in this list, I want to hear about them.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this deck. Cannot wait to hear what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.
We got it.